Sharon, Massachusetts. I mostly do oils on canvas. That is the medium that gets me most excited. But where am I from goes deeper than Sharon, Massachusetts. This is where I'm living currently. In US, I've been in New Jersey, California, and I'm originally from India. Mostly what I get inspired by is human expression, right? So their journey, what are they feeling? I want my canvases to actually be able to tell a story. Having grown up in India and having spent first 25 years of my life in India, I'm mostly like, those are your like main framing years. So I am most motivated by stories from India. I am now getting a deeper sense of culture in America as well. So I am actually picking subjects in America as well. But mostly my formative years, because of having spent my formative years in India, I'm mostly moved by rural women stories of India, because I think that is the piece that gets the least attention. And it has two aspects, right? Women are still fighting for rights in India. And second, if it's rural women, they are actually even less advanced than the urban women. I grew up in a city in India, and I myself have no idea what women in villages have to go through. So that is what I mostly want to depict, which brings me to my piece in your exhibition, which was about a woman and her child and how they have been walking hundreds of miles in the heat of summer heat of Delhi, all the way up to central India, which is beyond, like, above 120 degrees Fahrenheit, which we actually pay money for to experience in a sauna, right? And so that is a choice, and we pay money to experience that. But in India, it's not a choice; it's forced on you. And they didn't have food, they didn't have water, because everything was shut down. And one of my friends, Maya Vishwakarma, who is actually known as Bad Woman in India, she has been spreading this message about women hygiene. So something that people don't know, in India, there is a huge taboo about menstruation. When you menstruate, especially in villages, that girl was, and now even in some villages is like outcast. It's considered an outcast. They live in an out home. They're not allowed to come in the kitchen because they are considered to be pollutants, right? Like, you are not clean, you're not hygienic, they're not allowed in temples. I grew up in a city. I was once by a very modern aunt, like she slapped my hand, like, you're not allowed in the temple. That was my first. Like, I'm unclean. The God made me, the God made what my body is going through, yet I'm being told by another grown woman, the God cannot see you right now. Right? I could still deal with it because everything else was not as difficult. But what I wanted to bring out via my painting was the plight of the villagers during the lockdown, when the government had taken some really harsh steps without having the foresight of how these migrant workers who flock to the cities to make their livelihoods, how will they get back to their villages when you've shut everything down, which shuts down their livelihood, and now they have to go back to their towns. So that is what I wanted to bring out, because my friend Maya Vishwakarma has an NGO who was actually placing food stalls along the journey to help migrants like the woman and child that I had captured. Yeah, so about submitting work, I'm a novice in submissions, right? I'm even a not like I had till the beginning of 2019, I did not even know that one of the paths artists should seek if they want their message to get to the society is submitting work to exhibitions, right? I had no idea. But I'm a full-time working professional. I work in Fidelity Investments, so this is a hobby. But I wanted my hobby to get a bit more serious and get out of the confines of just my home, especially with this message. So when you're, I think I've signed up for something that sends me notifications. It was the cause of your exhibition. It was the purpose that for every other thing, I'm lazy. Like, I get these emails like, here, this is coming up, that is coming up. I'm lazy and I'm never able to meet the deadlines because I have a full-time job. I have 2 kids and a dog. So I never get the time. But for your exhibition, I knew that I had to make the time to at least try to become a part of it so that I can raise awareness for women rights, not just in America, but also like add India to the map. I was blown away by the quality of work and the emotions behind the work when you did that walkthrough. So I'd seen some of it in the 3D version of the art gallery exhibit, but then when you walked us through the pieces and when we heard from some of the artists, it was really moving. I was telling my husband that even when I've exhibited in exhibitions in the past, like I've got included or I have submitted my work in a gallery and got included, I've always missed the event, which is the artist's reception. I've never been able to make to these, but I should, because this that coming together of the various aspects of why someone does art, how someone does art, what the art actually manifests itself, it is so rich and it has so much inspiration. And I have usually been stuck in my own bubble, right? And to be able to expose to all these other works and their sources of inspiration was very, very inspiring. And I look forward to attending more of these.